She certainly is my wife, said Monsieur Ricardo, as you'll soon see if you take me to where she is. She'll fling her arms round my neck straight away, so I won't ask for the terms to be different from those you've thought up yourself. Let's go then, said Paganino. So they walked off to Paganino's house and went into a reception room, from where Paganino sent for her. She appeared from a chamber properly and neatly dressed and went over where Monsieur Ricardo was waiting with Paganino. There she addressed only the sort of remarks to Monsieur Ricardo that she might have made to any other stranger who had come with Paganino to his house. The judge, who was expecting to be given a rapturous welcome, was amazed. Could it be, he began to wonder, that depression and my protracted sufferings ever since I lost her have altered me so much that she doesn't recognize me? Lady, he said, taking you fishing has cost me dear. No one has suffered as much as I have since I lost you. And here you are seeming not to recognize me, given the unfriendly way you're talking. Can't you see that I am your Monsieur Ricardo, who's come here to pay whatever sum is demanded by this fine gentleman, in whose house we find ourselves, so that I can have you back and take you away from here? He's been kind enough to restore you to me for a sum of my own choosing. The lady turned to him and gave him a faint smile. Are you addressing me, sir? She asked. You should check you've not mistaken me for somebody else. As far as I'm concerned, I don't recall ever seeing you before. It's you who should check what you're saying, said Monsieur Ricardo. Look at me properly. If you're willing to do a little serious recalling, you're bound to see that I am your very own Riccardo da Cinecittà. Sir, you'll forgive me, said the lady, but it's not as right and proper as you imagine for me to give you a lengthy looking over. All the same, I've looked at you enough to know that I've never seen you before. Monsieur Ricardo imagined that she was acting in this way out of fear of Paganino and did not want to admit to knowing him in his presence. So after a few moments, he asked Paganino if he would be so kind as to let him speak with the lady alone in her chamber. Paganino said that he was happy to do so, on condition that he didn't start kissing her against her will. Then he told the lady to go with him into the chamber, listen to what he wanted to say, and give him whatever reply she felt like. Once the lady and Monsieur Ricardo were in the chamber by themselves and had sat down, Monsieur Ricardo began entreating her. Oh, heart of my life, my own sweet soul, my own hope, don't you recognize your Ricardo, who loves you more than he loves himself? How can it be? Have I altered so much? Oh, lovely darling girl, at least give me a little look. The lady broke out laughing and wouldn't let him go on. You are very well aware, she said, that I have not such a bad memory that I don't know you are Monsieur Riccardo da Cinecittà, my husband, but you made a poor show of knowing me as long as I was with you. You're not as wise as you want people to think you are, and you never were. If you had been, you really should have had the wit to see that I was young, fresh, and frisky, and then have consequently acknowledged that young ladies require something else apart from food and clothing, though modesty forbids them to spell it out. But you know how you managed all that. You shouldn't have married if you liked studying law more than studying your wife. Not that I thought you were much of a judge. You seemed more like a crier, calling out holidays and feast days. You knew them so well, not to mention fast days and overnight vigils. Let me tell you that if you had given as many days off to the laborers working your lands as you did to the one who should have been working my little plot, you'd not have harvested one grain of corn. By chance, I've met with this man here, chosen by God, because he shows a compassionate concern for my young age.